Hey everyone, it's Sevy, and welcome back to the Sevy Sim channel where I check out city builder, simulation, cozy games, and more. So if you're interested in exploring and enjoying those with me, hit the subscribe button. I'm back with another Tiny Glade video, and I swear this channel's not just gonna be for Tiny Glade. I have other games lined up for future videos and content. And by the way, if this is your first time seeing a Tiny Glade video, Tiny Glade is a cozy game. You're given tools to draw your castle or village or idyllic little town in a tiny glade, and there's no management, there's no combat. It's all just creativity and using the tools that are at hand. I'm bringing out this challenge for myself where I do a 5-minute build, a 15-minute build, and a 30-minute build, and it's gonna be a little bit stressful for me, which I feel like defeats the point of the coziness of the game, but we're gonna do it anyway because it could be fun, and I am curious what my brain is going to produce. So again, if you are interested in Tiny Glade content, keep watching and please subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in me checking out other games, well, I am going to, so I hope you also stick around anyway. Let's get into the challenge. I prefer building small houses, like collections of small houses, rather than trying to put everything in one big main structure. But I'm just going to, for title's sake, name this theme villages. The time starts now. Okay, so I'm going to start with a bunch of houses over here. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, little sheep. I'm gonna start with a bunch of houses over here. I do not want that one elevated. And then... Oh, actually, you know what? I kind of did that by accident, but that doesn't look half bad. So... yeah, you know, actually, we can stick with that. I don't mind that. I'm kind of into that, actually. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not get distracted, but at least we're off to a kind of good start. So we'll start with that, and then we're just going to put down more houses here. Gonna try to make a variety of, like, ledges and balconies and gardens and stuff. And even if these aren't gonna be like fully decorated, I at least want all the houses to be present. Actually, like, that is my minimum goal for the 5-minute segment of this challenge. That is the minimum. And we are already 1 minute in. So let's just keep going. I think here I'm going to try to do like a bunch of levels to make this house slightly fancier, you know? And then I'm going to put this in here. Then we're gonna bring this here and make it bigger. So this is gonna be the main structure. And then I'm just gonna have to put stairs on that one. Yeah, ooh, that block is like sticking out. Let's see if I can quickly do that a bit smoother, but if I can't, I'm gonna have to let it go. All right, so we can stop there just because we're halfway through the time limit already, and I just want to add one more structure there. I think that's good. And then, oh my gosh. And then maybe like a bunch of smaller ones. Maybe these are the smaller, cheaper houses. A door there, a door there, and a door there. All right, I'm gonna put a door here. Ooh, but like I kind of need to clean that up. That's... ah! That looks a bit messy. We'll just... you know what? We'll just undo that. And how about there doesn't need to be a door there? There can be a door here. I hope that didn't mess it up. I don't think it did. Not too much anyhow. We have 1 minute 40 seconds left. All right, so there's a door in there. I'll just put windows there so it looks nice. Oh, a door came out there. And then I'll put like a kind of back door, little back door here. Gonna put windows here as well. And over here, nope. There you go. Oh my god, we're down to less than a minute. I'm trying to finish this. I at least want to put window details. And then I think that there should be a door here. Yeah. And then I'll just move this window somewhere else. Let's see, what else can we add? I have 20 seconds. So I'm just gonna add a lamppost. I'm not gonna change their direction anymore because we just need lamps, you know. How about some foliage? There we go. And that... ooh, that kind of blocked the door. Undo. And there it is. That's the time. So, what have we made in 5 minutes? Well, at least I was able to put a bunch of houses down, and at least we have a bit of variety in what the houses look like. This doesn't have a lot of cohesion. It looks cute anyway because I think the game makes it difficult for anything to look particularly bad. So, I gotta say, I haven't really tried doing this thing where I have like a very shallow building and then putting a path through it turns it into arches. So I was kind of surprised when that happened. I was trying to figure out how to do it. I hadn't like watched any videos on how to do it. So overall, I think it's a nice looking village. I definitely can do better for the next round, which is going to be a 15-minute challenge. This time we're going to try to make it look more interesting and like we actually spent more time with it. So hopefully more details, more levels, more yeah, just more stuff going on. And let's see how far we can get. And we start now. All right. So one thing that we didn't do in the 5-minute one, and I did this on purpose, was I didn't really do any terrain because that was an added level of complexity that I wouldn't have been able to deal with properly given the time limit, I think. So we're gonna add some terrain now. We're gonna put fancy-ish looking house at the top. I think this is supposed to be where the top, I don't know, either the richest person in the village or like the head of the village or something. I don't want this to be a super tall tower. I think I think it would look silly if it were a super tall tower, even with a spire. This one, can I bring back the roof? Is it gonna look good if I bring back the roof? All right, it's not letting me bring back the roof right now. There you go. That kind of covers it up. I think it makes everything else look like an extension of this main thing. And that looks a lot better. It just looks like we have more walls and stuff. Yeah, that's the top house. It's time to add the surrounding little houses. We're gonna have one here, and then I'm gonna give it an attachment over here. That looks cute, actually. Now we're gonna have another bunch of apartments here. I think we need that one main one, and then we're gonna have a longer one to serve as kind of like a foundation for extra small apartments. I hate when I can't place stuff just because it because it's very, very close to the demo line. So we're just gonna have to adjust the positioning of this, and I'll adjust the other thing relative to it later. So now this, I do want to be up there. I also want this to be, actually, no, you know what? I can just extend this. Can I make a little thingy here? Okay, so the columns aren't really doing the thing I want right now. All right, there's some columns coming out actually. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. It's coming out very, very, very vaguely. Now, you know what? I can work with that. I can work with that. That'll look like houses and apartments, and we are like almost 10 minutes left, like a little over 10 minutes left right now. So now I need to fix this one because I just want to give room to another door here, so it looks like we have 3 small inns over there. As a patio for the entire complex. So that is an apartment complex right there. Now we haven't done a lot of round tower structures, so we're gonna fix that now. And you know, like many of the times I am playing around with Tiny Glade, I really am just winging it. I did try to look up a few village references beforehand, just so I might have some, you know, some ideas to start with. It mainly goes out the window soon after, which I don't mind. I mean, that's the nice thing about Tiny Glade, right? You just build whatever you want. The arrow kept on getting in the way. Oh my goodness. There we go. So this one I can raise a little bit, and the roof really does not have to be. Ooh, the roof really does not have to be that tall. Like, it's a cute roof, but it doesn't need to be that tall. Now I do need to figure out the main path of this area because I built a bit too close to the hill, so there isn't much path left, I fear. And this is a bit weird to bring down. Yeah, pretend that suffices as stairs. Main entrance to the big house over here. And then if we want to go down the rest of the village, we'll just have to kind of snake it along here and then down. So this isn't the safest path, which is totally my bad. Could have planned that out a bit better. But, you know, we have some time. So I'm going to do some wall paths to try to define it a bit better. Because I feel like right now, it's not looking that great. And that helps a lot, actually. Yeah, okay. That helps me define the path way better. And putting a wall in there as well should help. Yeah, that looks great, actually. Oh my god, I feel like this is kind of saving my ass right now. Ooh, I don't want that arch there. I mean, it's cute, but like, don't really want that arch there. So there we go. Just a normal little wall. And then we're going to fill in the gaps with some flowers. And then it's time for the windows and doors that we haven't put down yet. So we'll put those there and I'll put one up here. Okay, I might have to delete some foliage here just to clear that up. There you go. That looks great. All right, so there's a little garden there at least. What is this tower for? I don't know, but there's a window in it. And then a little door here as well. I hope nobody cares about what the back of this thing looks like. We'll just put some windows to pretend like it's okay. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I almost forgot about this big guy, and now I'm like 1.5 minutes left. We didn't have time for this well, we barely had time for this last time, and we barely have time again because this is literally the last minute of my time limit. So let's do some lamps. We have the entrance, the exit. All right, so I think that was pretty good. We have like some seconds to spare actually, and I could have spent more time like rotating the lamps and stuff. But all things considered, we're done! Alright, let's take a little tour of what we created in 15 minutes. Biggest house of the lot on the top of the hill. The head of the village, I suppose. It's a kind of a fancy looking house. Probably a biggish family living here as well. It has a lot of room, it looks like. And then on its right is a pretty simple looking house here, but a lot of room as well. Here we have an apartment complex. I think that each of these doors represents one room, a room for one person, and then we have someone occupying the top room maybe. It's tiny, and maybe down here is an inn as well where the tenants, you know, get to eat and stuff. Here we have two family houses right next to each other, and one of them has a little balcony as well. So I think that it's definitely an improvement over the one we did earlier. We got some terraforming in, which gave us some levels and you know, let some houses be more distinguished from each other. I was able to put path walls as well. I think it helped me define the mess of the path that I started with anyway. I will say that like it's a bit difficult getting paths in along with terraforming. It still looks completely natural, so I'm not saying it looks bad, but that's definitely the end result. I think the sheep likes it as well. Let's see what we can do with 30 minutes in the next one. We are in for round 3. And this time, my goal for this village is for it to feel busier, or at least more lived in, I guess, and to have like more clumps of houses. And I have a bit of a picture in my head of how I want to achieve that. So let's see if I can actually execute it or how it's going to come out later on. And the timer starts now. All right, we'll start with some terrain, but I'm not going to do anything too complicated because I kind of had a hard time last time and I don't really want to have a repeat of that. So I'm going to have a road going through here and then that's going to be our main road. I do want at least some branching out. But this can be adjusted a bit later on. Now, one of the main things that I do want to have here is kind of like an inn again. We had an inn last time, but I want this to, you know, look a bit more interesting, a bit more different. And I don't want it to take up so much space that there's no room for anything else around or on the side. So we're going to put this here. And this time, because I want to fit more buildings in here, I'm going to have to build small. Bring this here. That's as far as that's going to go. So we'll do that, and we'll bring this forward. Actually, no, that's not what I want. I want to do kind of the arched thing that we did before. So let's see if we can recreate that. Yeah! Alright, you can stop there. This looks a bit weird flat though, so one of them is gonna have to come out. Maybe this one. And I also want this to be flat. So it looks like people can come in through here too. And then I want these to be higher. There you go. And then we do need some stuff on top. So we're going to bring this all the way down. Going to make this building taller. We do need to have rooms on top. There we go. Pull it there. So we got to do something about the roofs here. Because we're getting a little bit all over the place. I just need to make sure there's enough space for some doors. Although we could just cover the roofs with something else. Yeah. We can just like push this all the way in and bring that down. Okay, how do I feel about the roof? Nope. Yeah. A little shorter though. Does that look in enough? Would a little turret help? So, whoa, just a very, very tiny one. Yes. Okay, I think that's good for our inn. I might as well just establish doors already while we're here. Put one there, and then we're gonna put one right here. It's cramped. It's meant to be cramped. I like that. That's pretty cute. Now, like before, we had some apartment complexes. So we just need to figure out how to do that, but better. So we do have this terrain to work with. I wonder if we can kind of use it to our advantage. Let's try. Okay, the corners are currently looking a little bit awkward, but it's not the worst thing. I'm gonna make this kind of like an extension of that. Now, I do want to keep working on this house because I think it has some potential. But I don't want it to get in the way of like the entrance of, or this back door at least. I guess this is the main entrance of the inn, but I don't want this to get in the way of it either. And then here, I don't think this looks that great as it is right now. Actually, I think I'm going to turn this one a bit. And so we're going to have to end up turning this as well. But I'll pull that in. Turn this so it looks better. Okay. So we have this and it's going down. And see, I do want to have like a path going in between here, but that's kind of difficult because of the rocks, I think, and because I would have to pull this building in. Let's see, how does a platform look with this? Oh, you know, that doesn't look bad. I feel like that helps tie it together a little bit better. And in fact, I might have to lift this just so I can fit doors underneath. Like that and like that. Because, you know, I still do want to have as many accommodations as possible. Is it time to rotate the roof? Oh god, that does not look great. Okay, I'll go back to that later. But anyway, I'm just trying to put in as many doors as possible. You know, in Minecraft, when you try to like multiply and populate your villagers, you have to like make villager farms with as many doors as possible. I feel like that's what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, so the thing is, We do not have a lot of space anymore for like smaller clusters of houses, so I think I'm gonna now focus my efforts on trying to make those small houses and see how they can like liven up the place. So it doesn't need to be anything fancy. We just want some little huts perhaps. I guess we'll put like a little extension. There you go. So those are some extra little houses. That ended up being a bigger house than I thought it would be. Let's see, what else can we do with this? Well, it doesn't have to be like grand or anything. So I think I'll just pull this out a bit. The columns are nice. Well, if we put one here, like a small one. It's okay if they're like impeding on the garden wall a bit. Space is limited, so you know, they gotta learn to live with their neighbors and stuff. This, another patio. So I feel like this clump of smaller houses is kind of doing its job. Then I can put like a teeny tiny one here, like a very simple one. So we have 12 minutes left. And at this point, I do want to like do some path definitions. Although this could be a bit hard. We're using a lot of paths here to actually, you know, get things like the patios and the foundations and the platforms. So I do want paths that go here. Not really what I was going for, but I can see why I got confused. I clean this up again. Ah! I feel like that was the worst thing that could have happened. So I'm just gonna, instead I'm just gonna snip this off. And then I'm going to delete this part. And then this I can adjust down and that's not gonna hurt anyone. I realize I do need a path here now. Time for a wall. I suppose this also needs a path now. Time for another tiny wall. And then maybe I'll just put like a wall here so it looks like I'm protecting anyone from rolling down the hill, or I guess climbing up the hill. Okay, now we can put some foliage between. So we're gonna put a little lantern here, but you know, not that important of an entrance. And then let's do more lanterns. You can put this one here and just like let it hang over the path. And we can put another here even. I like it when they do the connecting laundry. Like, I don't know how often neighbors were sharing laundry lines, but I bet it was pretty often, to be honest. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna go ham with the windows, you know? I love windows. I love the window detail here, and I can't wait for the other window variety to unlock. Okay, so window here, window there, even one down here. This building has a basement. This is the last major building that we need windows on anyway. Then let's go back to the lanterns. We'll put a lantern here. That's good. We'll put one here. Kind of like next to the entrance. And then I'll put one over here. Alright, we have 3 minutes left, so now we're going to make everything yellow and green. We haven't been working with the palette tool much, so I'm gonna make everything yellow and green. Except for this, maybe because it looks super rusted that way. I think that looks cool. And then I'll make some of the other bits like just all brick. This gets to be brick. This gets to be green. This can be brick. And then this last set of houses. maybe I should fix this. Yeah, maybe I can fix this. Oh my god. I didn't want to do that. You know what? Let's just chop it. Let's just chop it. Uh-huh. And then I'll hammer that. So that we can bring it there instead. There you go. Minimize the flowers there. Yeah, okay, that's a good height. That's a good height, actually. Oh my gosh, we have 25 seconds left. I think, let me just smoothen the path out here. Define it a bit better. 15 seconds. Oh my god. Do we get everything? One more window required. I think that's it. I think we got it. Oh my gosh. We finished it. We finished our 30-minute round. Okay, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It came out a lot better than I hoped it would be. I was pretty happy with the 15-minute one already, but this is, thankfully, it to me, I don't know about you, let me know in the comments, but I think it looks like I spent more time on it. Okay, so let's take another quick tour. Here is the inn. It's on the top of the hill, and it's also the tallest building. I tried to give it as many doors as possible up here to just look like a lot of small apartment units or a lot of small rooms. Kind of like two tall buildings that got connected by a bridge. So I guess I was also able to put more doors here, more rooms as well for more townspeople. This, I think, still looks weird. I'm glad I put it, otherwise this would just be like two straight buildings without any other extensions or shapes. I actually like these lines of houses. Like, I don't think they look that different from the previous round. They're not attached, but they're still a bit cramped together. Like here, there's barely a gap here, but still they're not attached. I feel like it gives me the busier, cramped vibe that I was going for. And then I had a little bit of space left, and this was kind of just working with what I had. I'm glad that the houses can still look like this even while they're intersecting with terrain. At least it means that you can still build structures on hills or slopes and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and here's photos of my 5, 15, and 30-minute round for reference. All right, so I think that's going to be it. Let me know which round you liked the best. And if you are going to do this kind of challenge for yourself as well, I would love to see it. And you know what? If you do use the Tiny Glade hashtag anyway, I will probably see it because I like to browse that a lot for inspo. I think that like the community builds are just really, really pretty. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're interested in more Tiny Glade videos or just like cozy games in general, because again, this isn't going to be a Tiny Glade dedicated channel. I do plan on looking at more cozy games, and I do have some lined up for the upcoming videos, so you can look forward to that. Anyway, that's going to be it for now, so I will see you all soon. Take care!